dear friends, an investor, new investor, old investor, all investors. Today, I have come here to say you first Vijaya, happy Vijaya to all of you and your families. Now, sorry, we are the investor. We generally want to make money in the market, but without bestowing certain pain, we cannot earn money. Here, our main intention is to educate ourselves. Today, I'll specially speak on technicals. Now, with your foresight, you have to look into the graph nicely. First, I am drawing out one graph, and then I try to show you how to put a stop loss. Remember, friends, I always say all of you, a technical study to be done only on the fundamental stock, the stock which are fundamentally very strong or fundamentally established. Their ground that investors are attracted at some point of time, and then only we'll make the technical study and we take the stock into our portfolio, and on the basis of fundamental I generally take the stock into my portfolio, then I invest. It is not a good practice to specify certain stock name in the stock market. I know very well, because in the market nothing is guaranteed. I cannot guarantee you. You cannot guarantee me. Nobody can guarantee anybody else. The stock will move to certain point. Stock will fall down from there. It is no guarantee. That you have to understand. But we estimate, we predict by our experience, by our knowledge, by having studied into the company's fundamental. Fundamental study means I study the profit loss account thoroughly, quarter to quarter, as well as balance sheet. Last few years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years balance sheet. Now, last day I already spelled you the capital expenditure by company, fixed asset increasing year after year. You have to understand there is an expansion, or there is certain payment being made to achieve more sale, to make the operation more efficient, to make various ratios like stock turnover ratio will be very quick, data turnover ratio, receivable ratio, as well as payment side, current liability payments will be very quicker, payment to other outstanding liabilities like salary, wages, everything to be paid by. So fundamentally we understand by looking into the balance sheet as well as profit loss statement. Now friends, I draw one graph and try to show you the technical things, and here I am assuming or I will show, I have taken already some screenshot of certain companies, and by screenshot also I will try to educate you. I know I cannot educate you, many of you, I can educate some few fellows, few investors, I cannot. There is a Rati and Maharati in the market, and more knowledgeable persons there. I know, I understand very well. Okay friend, let us start. First I take one graph. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. This is origin 0, 0. Now this is indicating the time span, and this is y-axis indicating the price. Now we are interested on prices, obviously, as well as in time. Like as we grow older, and our motto is to get the more return in the short term. But short term it may not be possible. In long term it is possible. I never say you the long term means 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Long term could be 3-4 years maximum. 2 years long term. If you assume the day-to-day happening, 2 years enough, 3 years enough, 4 years, 5 years. I held certain stock for 17 years, 18 years. That is like investment. It is MNC. I already spelled in my previous video last 17 years, given me 17 times, 18 times, 20 times return by now. Now, last 17, 18 years, almost 20 times plus return given. Now, here the portfolio is very important. When we go for the technical study of any company, I cannot or I should not, or the educated person, educated means educated in the stock market. I say you educate ourselves, not only you, we should educate ourselves in the market so that there is less possibility or probability to loss our capital, but most probability take us into the profits and the super profits, and the good profit, multiple return, multi-bagger. We should find out the multi-bagger of this. Okay, friend, let's start. One company I am specifying BB Met. I give you the screenshot also. Last 5 years, if you see the chart was like this. Now, how will you do the technical study? Say 5 years back, say somewhat at 4 years, say 5 years back, 4.5 years, or say 5 years back, I was here, it came down, but I am observing this down was much than this. When the price was here, say 38 rupees, here say 28 rupees, for example. Now here it was like 22 rupees, it was showing the down. Now 22, this is much above this, as well as simultaneously we are going through the profit loss statement, balance sheet. I have seen there was no deteriorations, but instead there was appreciations in every aspect, like sales figure, EPS figure. So we will consider both. So here we should continue to hold, since this is 28, much above than 22, or already went to 38. From here it shoot up to 80 around. Then again came down to 60 around. I am assuming all this figure. If you check the graph of last 5 years, here is 5 years, here is 4.5 years. You check, this is 3.5 years before, but from now, if you check here around 2017, it touched 149 rupees. 148.90 was the topmost high. Then There was one quarter loss, second quarter also profit was depreciated. So it came down sharply. It went up to there, came down sharply here. Now below 100 it came, and then again went to 100, 13, 14 rupees. But this much below than this, whenever this took like 7 days, 8 days or 10 days. When I found like again 148 is much above. After 130 striking from below 100, it's again towards 100. Then there should be a sell point. Here also it took like 10 days, 15 days. So like day graph, if you consider, we could see there was 7, 8, 10 days it took. So continuously coming down trend. So yes, last day I told you like tangent. If you draw one tangent and on x-axis this angle theta, when this is coming down, if you draw tangent previously this, after the tangent with x-axis this, after that again it tangent increasing like this, then you have to understand this theta, which was say 56, then came to like 42, then it is again went to 66. You have to understand this is sliding mode. This angle with x-axis in sliding mode. So this is a perfectly sell point. What I say to you, this is say 46, this to 42 or 38 say 8 degree. From tangent, if you draw here, like from here if you draw tangent, this angle increasing, going towards 90, this is sliding mode. This all are sell point, again on top went. This is also like after fall in stock, this is technical only, not due to the fundamental. There is a like after profit booking there is a like up journey. This up journey do not continue much more. Like it is not going towards 148, at least 140 near, 130 near. Then you have to put the sell point here only, here, everywhere. And after each down, next down we are finding at lower part. That means small sell point, lower part, until then again upper part. Here is a buy point. Obviously, this was much lower than this buy point. Again, much one buy point, but up here you can sell it because this lower came down more. Again from this came down more. Sell point. Again 67, 8 it went. 67 rupees or 8 rupees it went. Again came down, ultimately it touched to 6 rupees 90 paisa or 60 paisa I think. Now it is running at 16 rupees 80 paisa or 60 paisa say today. Now these all lower are above of this as well as our quarter result improved. So again buy point, this will go up. Obviously the company is delimit, already spent the capital expenditures. I will provide with the screenshot. Now technical study, You have to understand technical study will assume only there exists fundamental on the long graph for last 5 years, 4 years, or say last 6 months or 3 months. If downtrend is there technically, as well as there is a deterioration in the net profit, as well as tax payment towards government by the company, we have to understand this is a completely sale, and when it revives, then there is a buy. Falling share, we sell and exit. Going up, more up, we go on adding. That is the formula. Formula is we never average. We should not average. We will average only. There is a possibility of like bottoming out, then only average. Please wait, see the bottom out. Stock start, any stock particular start falling. That does not mean you should start adding. Let the stock fall more. Or it bounce back, no problem. Fundamentally improved, bounce back, buy at higher price, no problem. But you should never lose bigger amount. But on averaging on the downtrend, you will, I'm sure, will make a big loss. Okay, friends, I'll say good night.